welcome to another process video from me. So this is about the third time that I have tried to do the voiceover for this video and it keeps stalling and it's not working. So let's just hope that today is the day and it's going to work. So I am doing a layout today with the 8.5 inch by 11 inch format, and you can see there I have a cut file and it is from the Silhouette store and it doesn't quite fit this this size that I have made. So I have to be a little bit creative and try to work out how I'm going to make it fit without it hanging over the edges. So at the moment all I was doing was having a look. I was thinking that I would like some of my photo to hang out underneath those strips of paper, and I was trying to work out how I would do that. I wanted to have some of the layers underneath and have some of the layers sitting on top, but you will see that once I put some of them underneath I didn't actually really like it, so I changed it all up and I only have one piece underneath, which is the piece that I've already stuck, that beautiful teal with the doily pattern on top, and everything else gets built up on top. So I'm just having a bit of a fiddle at the moment and I'm playing with some of the, there you go, so I put that underneath and then go, no, I don't actually really like that, and so I've decided that I'm going to have it all on top. So I'm just playing with some leftovers that I have been using from my stash, and I've got some Project Life cards from various companies, and I'm just making my own little tag there using one of the tags that I used in my Valentine's Day tag making process video as a little bit of a template, and I'm just putting some of this aqua what is it called? It's not string. Come on ladies, help me to know what that word is. It's not twine. It is 7 o'clock in the morning here, so if you might not have noticed, you know, I will let you know that it's 7 o'clock. I've been awake for 2 hours, I think, an hour and a half. I'm still not quite awake, still not quite thinking, can't even think of what it's called. We're going to call it floss, embroidery thread, even though I know that's not what it's called. But anyway, we're going to move on and not hang on that point forever. So I've just put a little bit of that in the tags, and I am trying to work out whether some of my photo can go underneath. I'm still desperate to try and have a little bit of this cut file show on top of the photo, but I don't do that. So just cutting the little tags and cutting the little Project Life cards to tuck underneath and to just you know, add a little bit of texture and layers. So here I go. I've decided that okay, I really want to use this cut file, but it's hanging over the edges, so I will just cut the border off. So luckily most of the little lines are joined by, you know, they're intersecting at some point so that they don't just all fall apart and I have a pile of paper. So they are held together at some point, so it is quite easy to put them back together. So I don't actually make them exactly how it was on the page. So once they were in strips, I couldn't figure out how they actually went, but you know that it still works and it still looks good, and I was still able to use that cut file that I had cut, so I wasn't wasting anything and the effect was still there. So I really liked that. So now I'm just using a little bit of this Tombow Mono Aqua wet glue, and I'm using that to stick it down. So this glue I really like. It works really well for paper embellishments and little bits of paper, holds really well, and it's got a very fine little nozzle on it, so you can just get tiny little bits out. It's not really liquidy. It's got a little bit of thickness to it, so it doesn't just pour out everywhere. It actually comes out very controlled. So at the moment you can see that the little strips of cardstock are actually poking over the edge of my layout, and we'll just leave it like that until it's dried completely, and then I will trim them off and have it, you know, so they're not poking over the edge of the layout. So now I'm just assembling things back together the way I think I like them. It doesn't have to go exactly the way I had it before, so that was just giving me a bit of an idea of how it would work. So I'm quite happy with that, and just, yeah, sticking it all together, and then I will stick that final mat down to the page. So this is a photo of me and my husband Gav, and it is Valentine's Day, so we went out together for the afternoon, had some lunch on the foreshore here, and they've got a restaurant, so we had some lunch together and then just went for a bit of a walk and hung out together for a few hours. So it was very nice to, you know, we don't always make the time just to go out with the two of us, so it was nice just to be able to do that and take the time together. So I'm using this opportunity to decorate with some of these Valentine pieces. So these are little dimensional die cut pieces, so they're really cute. You know, give a little bit of dimension to the page, a little bit of interest, and the colours all match together, and it's lovey themed, so it all works well. So just trying to find placement for some of these elements, and you will see that some get removed, doesn't quite work, and I really wanted that together to work, and it doesn't work. So I actually have used that on another layout that you've seen before this one, the one that I did with my family with the grid with the pastels. So like I said, the voiceover hadn't worked with this one, so this was made before that, but it's just being processed now. So what am I doing? Looking at some of the little die cuts. I found this little die cut typewriter with a little love on the note, so I thought that I would use that. And I've pulled a couple of little pieces just from my stash. Not sure exactly where they came from, but using them all up here. Putting a little bit of dimensional on some of these things. And I might have mentioned in another process video that those little pop dots are really good. They're very similar in height to the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, which are really good because they're not really high. Some of the American Crafts dimensionals I've had are way too high for me. Don't really like them, but these ones are quite good. They're quite flat. And that's what I was saying about this little die cut. It's not that little acetate together. It wasn't the right colour. It was more of a powder blue rather than an aqua. So that's why I decided not to use that. And plus I couldn't really see it on the page, so it wasn't really standing out. So just sticking some of these little pieces together, and they were from the little Teresa Collins chipboard sticker set that I got. And so I've got the little heart there, the little banner that says love, and I pull out the little Xyron machine and use that to put some stickiness on this little acetate piece that says you and me. Pop that down there, the little arrow, and then I trim off the edge, and I'm just about done. And I would love to add my black ink splatters, but I actually pull out these little puffy hearts, and there were some in black, so I actually decided to use those instead. So that was a little cute little idea, and they just fitted perfectly on top of those white little love hearts. So that's my little black accent to the page, and yeah, I thought it was something different, but still, you know, added the little contrast in there. So that is my page done. There will be some stills at the end like usual, and I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying this size, because I'm really enjoying playing with it. It is lots of fun, and you know, I will continue to mix it up though. I will do some 12 by 12s and the 8.5 by 11s. So I will see you there, leave you there I should say, and I'll see you next time. Bye.